So, a little bit of a simpler roleplay question, but again, brownie points for answering it in character. Is there any weapon, item, etc. that your character longs to find?
I don't know if a cure is tangible as an item, but if it is, that is the item he would like to find.
Fair enough. Excuse me. Same question forward to Venestra, and then we'll get the question to Angel and Violet. Here. I don't know if I heard correctly, but I think there was a mention of pizza arriving at the door.
Oh, I want pizza. Just had a hot pockets store.
You had a pot pocket?
Hot pocket.
See, now I'm just thinking about sticking ganja in the microwave.
Beyond an item to help her find a way home. Vinestra is currently hunting a few items while trying to tinker with an idea. She's currently after an absorbing tattoo and a ring of free action.
Holy crap, it's almost the end of August. My birthday's in how many weeks? 2, 3? Less than 2 weeks. What the fuck?
Woo! How old you gonna be?
24.
Better get the nursing home ready, goddamn.
Getting up there, time marches on.
Oh yeah, 24. You're super old, dude.
No, I know I'm not super old yet. Keyword yet. The fact that it's still going up is what's concerning here.
Yeah, frustratingly, you may find on the day you turn 25 something. Yeah, something starts to break down.
I got those already. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, stress is an amazing little drug on the body.
I just don't move as much as I should, so I get stiff and lose muscle mass. But I try to bulk up in the winter because that's when I actually feel like I can move and not die.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, where I used to work is getting turned into a Planet Fitness, so I'll have a gym in walking distance, which I'm absolutely going to pay for because it used to be something I really, really loved to do. And that'll be really useful. Given that I don't know who the hell is going to also be at that gym. I don't think I'll do anything that requires a spotter. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They still got a lot of work to do on that building. Namely, they got to fix the
structural muscle so my body doesn't feel like it's ripping itself apart.
Yeah.
Notice it especially like right here. My arms try to pull, and the muscle here isn't strong enough to provide enough support, so it just hurts.
Stretching at the very least does help with that quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that was nice.
We're text making, but our phone's right there. Megan.
Back to this. She's coming back.
Yes.
I'm so happy. She liked the work. My
What
hard
happened?
work is paying off.
What happened?
So the guy who I'm doing the table for and the chest for,
Yep.
I've been sanding down the table and doing things a little at a time because it's a lot of work in the heat. And he loved the color
Oh,
of the chest and the little bondo that I put in there. I'm so happy.
very
Hard
good.
work paid off. That was like 6 hours worth of work. I'm letting you know. Here's something about Rick. You're gonna love this. Okay. So, you know how because we live in Texas, so you know a lot of those little a lot of the chest drawers, little chests have those little dimples, those little tack things that are put in there.
No.
Like a chest, like those big chests that you open kind of like this. And they have those little bumps in the corners.
I don't have any of those on my house.
Have you ever seen one?
I'm not great at recalling images.
Okay, so
But
like the corners of chest.
Try explain.
Okay, so they're like those little corners of the chest, the little ornate parts that people put on there, and they tack them in, and it looks really cute. But it's a pain in the butt to remove. Hey, I need to look. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Vinestra said, as a just in case, we are live.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I can say this.
She's talking about furniture decorating.
I'll talk about furniture.
Decorations. If Twitch has a problem with that, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Twitch only has a problem with a very specific kind of furniture.
You know, I want a picture.
Twitch usually does have issues with hardwood.
Ooh, that was
That too.
spicy, Vinestra. Oh, it's spicy. Okay, so I'm gonna take a screenshot and then because I found one of kind of what's going on. Kind of. I know that one's covered in leather, but it still has the hard tacks in it. Here's a screenshot for everybody.
Angel, Blue, Violet sent an image file.
So you can see that little chest in the middle. It says large antique steamer trunk with decorative storage box.
Yeah,
Those, well, when on the wood ones where they have those little tacks, they'll usually put metal corners on them. And underneath that metal corner that I had was literally a chunk of missing wood. Like they didn't put any Bondo in it. There was no filler. There's just a hole. There's a hole. Like this big old hole.
Those,
And I'm like,
nail-looking things.
And there's a little metal part there, and if you pull it off, you can see where the wood is. And there was a
The
giant chunk.
latch.
Like no, the base part where the wood. Because that's just, that one that I showed you in there is actually covered in leather. So what they did was tack the leather down. But those little metal corners, like the latch right there where you open it, is made of metal. And if you go underneath it, there's a chunk of wood about this big missing.
Okay.
They didn't put wood filler in it. They didn't sand it down. They did the whole jam before they put the thing on. And I was like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing today. There was a whole moment of like, I guess we're filling it with Bondo and letting it sit here for a minute before I put the second coat on.
See, I know what is now out of context, but if you asked me 5 minutes ago what Bondo is, I would have no idea.
It's wood filler.
Bondo.
Wood filler.
James Bondo.
Yeah, I got, like I said, I got it out of context, but put it together.
No, I just wanted to point that out because I'm like, who constructed this? Who do I need to be? Who needs a big old front in the face with basically me getting frustrated? Because like,
Someone who's looking to cut corners.
So many corners.
Literally.
Oh my god! Yes, literally. Oh my god. Okay, we're ready. I'm ready, Joe. Let's go with this. Okay.
So, now for the roleplay question over to Angel and Violet. And I
What's the
guess
question?
Blue as well, since Blue is in play.
Okay.
Is there any particular weapon, item, etc. that your character longs to find? Assless chaps for Nicodemus don't count.
Damn it. Um. Okay. So
And that's not hard to acquire. Just take a pair of scissors to whatever chaps he's already got on.
I'll take the first person to play. Um. I'll go with Blue first. I'd like to find a way of not basically punching a hole in someone's face automatically when I touch them.
That's right. I forgot to do in character. Oh well.
Weapon, item, etc. Not a method,
That's-
an object.
No. Like an object that would keep her from punching through someone's face.
Oh,
Like if she had bands that would basically keep her from eviscerating the skin before with the impact. It's kind of like watching Goku like punch something and then it flies away. It's like that delayed reaction. It's like I would prefer not to like literally punch a hole in their faces.
for the
My
sake
fists are
of
so
the Dragon Ball reference, it is absolutely going to be an oven mitt that you find
Yes!
eventually at
Yes!
some point.
Yes! Okay. So, now Violet would probably say, I would like, I would like all the magic items, all of the magic items, yes, all of them, yes.
Not feasibly possible for me to do in the span of this campaign, nor am I really going to be willing
No.
to do that.
I know, but remember, Violet is an amethyst dragon.
True.
And amethyst dragons like to collect odd things from different worlds. So
She needs her
something from a
crack. Yeah, I
different
get
world. Yeah, no, that's literally what it is. It's like, yeah. So, and if we're gonna go Angel, I would like another object that can carry the children on my back or on my wrist. So when I have to feed them all, they all feel like they're getting a hug from mom. Period.
Well, there are a collection of Tinkerers now present, even in the party, let alone NPCs, that might be able to help with creating something like that.
Because the Palanquin's kind of big and bulky. And while it's cute, I'd like it upgraded.
Fair. All right.
And I'm done! And I did the thing!
Everybody gets their inspiration die for the roleplay questions. You get an additional D6 for answering it in character. Megan. No. Now, for an additional inspiration die for all three present here, recaps.
We got boxes, and then people disappeared. I'll go
Angel
fight.
used. Sorry.
Go ahead. No problem.
Angel used a blood map on Avery to find Avery's siblings. They were in the Tolgalan Islands. Then Blue and someone else?
Minestra.
Who? Blue and Venestra, yeah, went to
And a
participate
collection of
in
some other NPCs.
gladiatorial battles in those islands. Venestra won her match after a long encounter.
Hey Joe, I don't have access to Blue Sheet. Can you take a screenshot picture and send it to me?
Yeah.
Of each like little tab for me real quick, so that way I can just have it and look do it that way. Huh.
Do I get my die?
Yes, you do.
Maybe do we get the inspiration dice? Por favor.
Venestra went with Blue to fight Arena to celebrate the holidays. Amira is with her. V fought a giant and won the fight. Out of character, it was long. In character, it was a rather quick fight.
Well, that's usually how D&D works.
Yeah.
Bum, bum. Bum, bum.
D&D reminds me of like Dragon Ball. Have you seen like those edits of what a Dragon Ball fight looks from a normal person's perspective?
Have you ever? Okay, so I'm letting you know when you watch the original season, the Frieza battle takes 5 episodes. 5 full episodes. There's the 10 preset episodes that are going beforehand, and then there's the 5 episodes where it's just Goku in Super Saiyan Dragon Ball form, literally kicking Frieza's butt. And I'm like, yeah, I'll
Took
sit
place in a minute at most.
at most. Because it was, remember, like there was only 5 minutes left for the planet to exist.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was 5 minutes.
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far in Dragon Ball, but yeah, I imagine.
Oh my god, every single one. Every single battle. You know what's funny is the actual Dragon Ball episodes were shorter than the Dragon Ball Z episodes. Because they have inner dialogue in Dragon Ball Z. There's a lot of inner dialogue in Dragon Ball Z. Right, Joe?
Yeah, a lot of inner monologuing. Inner dialogue would imply a couple of psychics talking to each other.
There was!
Arguably, Parody Piccolo has inner dialogue rather than inner monologue.
So does like the other people in Super. Didn't know that until we watched it. What? I got an image. Oh.
What now?
He's taking pictures for me so I can get my stats because I can go fast.
Yes, indeed.
Blue, everything is fast. Blue is a fast fighter. I just don't have my access to my sheets right now.
I just keep my sheet in Roll20, and I keep my notes in a markdown file in VS Code.
The caveat is Megan doesn't want to pull out her iPad while she has her phone out. So I'm sending her screenshots.
Oh no, D&D Beyond logged me out.
Oh. Are you not usually logged in with your Twitch?
No, I log in with my own account with the Google. Let me see if it's still logged out. I logged it back in when I wasn't paying attention. Because all D&D Beyond's like, I want to do a million things. No, I just want you to do what I want.
Bruh, I didn't want to send duplicates.
Wait, I do have my iPad charged. Wow. Blowing slowing down through my speed up. Hello, buddy.
Vinestra said, "Also, Joe, I sent you the idea that Vi is tinkering with in character."
Wonderful.
Okay, Joe, I can't access it. I can access it on my iPad because my iPad didn't update like the other one did. The phone one updated and then logged me out. Oh,
Yay.
So
it's
did
so-
you log back in?
I just
Don't use the
have-
phone one. The phone one sucks.
The phone one sucks. They messed
This
it
website
up.
is optimized for tablets and desktop.
I know. That's why I like my tablet.
So should I delete the screenshots then?
Yeah, sure, it's fine.
Here we are.
Bless you. It's coming.
It burned and
didn't
died.
come. Oh.
Go where? Go
Hey,
where?
that happens.
You have to not say bless you before it's done. I don't know what it is with Joe and Amber, but if you say bless
Saying
you,
bless
in the
you ahead of
middle-
time is a blight upon the sneeze.
and then it just
Really?
stops. Every time, both of them. I go follow through with the sneeze. You know, it's never been a thing for me.
Never
my
me
brother-
either.
My brother, Joe, and Amber. Every time you stop their sneeze mid-sneeze. But my brother, what's weird is if you stop him mid-sneeze, it'll create more sneezes. So he'll sneeze into his chest.
I bet he's been fucked with.
Yeah, no, for
Oh
me
my
it's like
God.
snipping off the fuse on a stick of dynamite.
It's bad. And he's just sitting there. And I'm like, what the crap? Because his name's also Joe.
In my case, it's just sinus edging. It's all it is. It's not okay.
Oh,
I've
that's
never
bad.
thought of it like that, but that is the perfect descriptor for the sensation.
Oy.
Never seen a diamond in the place. I think I'm gonna put new legs on that table, I think. I know he likes the legs, but I don't like them. They're too thin. They're what make that thing unstable. It goes wiki 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 wiki. Like a bird. It sounds like a bird chirping. If you accidentally bump that table. It makes a cheep cheep noise like a bird.
Okay, where's the page that I left off on for the session ship? Okay, sometimes my handwriting is really legible, and then sometimes it's worse than Dr. Scratch, and the difference between the two is how tired I am when I'm writing it. But also, this may frustrate some people. I have the contractor's habit of writing everything in capital letters. That's how I write. Of course, my mother's a stagehand and my dad's a construction worker, and they both do that shit, so I was kind of just taught to do that by proximity.
Can we start with Avery, Joe?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to get to the notes for that.
Go turn my camera off for a minute so Avery can start. Take a movie on that.
you. So Avery,
Yeah.
left briefly behind by your friends, but still left in observation of their exploits, I should say. What exactly are you going to get up to, take yourself into getting into?
See, this is the day of erudition.
Yep.
Basically means that we're sharing knowledge.
Yep.
Um,
Therein also tying into the sort of gift exchange thing that has also been going on. Christ on a stick.
right. So what's in the gift that I've been given?
Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Headache?
Migraine spike that just kind of went right from the left eyeball straight up into the skull. Yeah, no, that was like a knife just
That
jammed into that socket
does
and then
not
dragged up the skull.
sound pleasant.
Yeah. Thing, when I feel one coming on and I take Excedrin, it always gets like 10 times worse before it starts to get better. At least I got ahead of it, but
So wait for a break in the pain.
okay. So,
So what are Angel and Violet up to? I know Blue is away, obviously.
yeah, we'll get to what you asked about the what's in your box first, and then if you want to,
Right,
you
yeah,
can go
yeah, yeah.
seek them
I
out.
already forgot what I asked.
So, despite the size of your box, which again, it seems like perhaps part of the holiday with the Dragon of Knowledge, maybe there's some OCD that's part of it as well, because every box is the same fucking size. You don't really see small boxes or anything indicative of like a jewelry box. Even with observing just among some of the guests here at the manor, some people are pulling out smaller trinkets and things, even out of a box that size. It's just they seem to be surrounded by a lot of stuffing. Which to some degree can be definitely used as part of the fuckery. Noting that you haven't really felt a heft to your box, you can already suspect just by weight alone that yours is probably a smaller item as well. As you open it up, finding, of course, naturally shreds of paper around to pack in the item, you find a small little ring-like band sitting in the mound. Notably, it's not made of any sort of metal, but sort of an off bluish, calcified flesh color. Licking across it also are a series of what seem to be a mix of celestial and deep speech rune work. Notably, the pallid blue tone that this takes is not dissimilar to a certain recent member of Angel's Offspring that has very much taken to fucking with you.
I'm gonna re-gift it. But first, I'm gonna translate what it's saying, because of course I know deep speech.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check just to go ahead and.
It's deep speech.
Yeah, deep speech is the aberrant language.
Okay, then yes. An Arcana check.
To see how those runes between the celestial and the deep speech interact. and what effect they may produce.
Yeah, no, because I don't know Celestial. I'll have to use context to try to figure out.
Okay.
15.
Only knowing one of those languages, it does raise your DC.
Well, I'm sure. 15 plus Arcana. That should be higher, but it's not. Okay, that's a soft 19.
Okay, 19. This is very much also dipping into your recent studies into being an artificer, having to basically get a rough crash course on a lot of runic languages for the sake of imbuing enchantments and things like that, while you are still, strictly speaking, completely unfamiliar with Celestial and its structures. You've seen enough of it around the house, just purely because of what most of Angel's kids are, that you've begun to pick up on patterns, and the way it seems to kind of interweave also with the deep speech rune work here, you're able to at least piece together most of what this means, to the best you can understand with that 19. The runes basically spell out, at least from the words that you can decipher and how they mix, it is transposition, it is passage, it is move, and best you can tell, some of those words may string together to mean pass.
It was transposition, passage, and move.
Transposition, passage, move, pass through. Those sort of strings of words, at least best you can decipher there. This seems to be, strictly speaking, at least from what you've been able to decipher, which is mostly the deep speech-oriented things, related to motion.
I can guess that this ring would give me the same power that Adam has to pass through or transpose through walls.
To the best of your ability to collect what it may mean, yes.
Cool, that's not entirely useless. I'll keep it on me, but not necessarily always use it.
Okay.
But I do want to test it. If I put it on and just like try to put my palm on my door, does it pass through?
As you put it on, notably the sort of blue-toned skin begins to almost start to blend with your finger where it rests, almost like the like liquid bandages, if you've kind of seen how those work. It does still rest and feel like a normal ring, but as that starts to settle in and you press against your door, you don't immediately pass through for the moment, but you are feeling almost less tangible the more that you push and the more that melding starts to settle in. You get the feeling that that may take a bit of time to attune to the ring.
Wait, so is this gonna be a permanent thing that I can't take off then?
No, you can unattune, just like any magical item that requires it.
Oh, okay, so this was just your flavor for attuning.
Effectively, yes.
It's with me. Feel more and more ethereal. Okay. I'll let that finish attuning and continue. I guess I'll just go back to watching the matches.
Absolutely. And we will say that for the sake of it, you just at this point finished watching Venestra's match. What the fuck? Watching Venestra's match, and now you are watching a few sort of bridge matches between the match that Venestra had just had, as they sort of go on, with a few, sort of smaller fighters kind of intermingling between the sheer scale of the fight that had just occurred. With that as well, given that, just like normal too, it may take about an hour, would you like to take that time to go ahead and maybe seek out Venestra and, Violet and Angel?
Yeah,
in the meantime.
see what they're up to.
All right.
other two characters. My other two characters to get to be in play. Woo.
Of the two that's going to be easiest to find, Angel is absolutely the chief among them that will be the easiest to locate.
Angel wants to see her siblings. This was her whole day was going to be about today. Because her siblings are in town. He hasn't seen them. Oh, and one of them looks exactly like her, Joe. It's just taller.
Yep, let me flip back to the Angel pages to make sure that I wrote down their fucking names. Because if I didn't, or at least that if I didn't write them down in this book, I'll check the other one, but still. Just have the name of the creature in your lagoon on that note set. Let's check the other one. Do you recall that name, Guinea?
You're gonna have to remind me. My brain is fried, Joe, from being in the sun, talking to a million people.
It's all good. Krimvarak.
Krimvarak. Of my siblings, or the snail that lives outside of my house?
The snail. Full title is Krimvarak, Elder of the Lagoon. That's.
Can you put that in my message notes, please?
Later.
My notes for Blue, or no, for notes for Angel.
Okay, it might have been in our DMs, which would be mighty unfortunate. Because those got buried over the last 2 weeks.
We'll find it.
There's a search bar.
There is.
Is he gonna have to make up names again?
Screenshot for.
Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of my face. Not my face. Leave my face alone.
It's one of the few reasons I'm thankful that I can actually delete message history in our texts, because it cleans things up a little bit from all of the video messages that you send me when I'm on the cam. It might just be an iPhone thing, I don't know. And they might just be deleted on my side. Tap and hold, and there should be an option to delete a message. And that's right, you sent me links to whole-ass movies in our messages back here.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were literally just shorts compilations that were the length of movies, but still.
Hey, leave me in my compilation watching alone, because it's the only thing that works when I'm like doing long-term
I can't leave it
projects.
alone, you share it with me!
That is a ceremony, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Which is just, it's the equivalent of calling it's the equivalent of calling a human a homo sapien, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I got that.
I just
Was making sure I had the right thing in my head.
Yeah.
okay. What did I get delivered today? We're gonna do the. We're gonna
So
do
when
the
I
map.
think of mind flayers, the power I think of isn't necessarily floating through walls.
Yeah, it seems to be something absent the characteristics of the normal members of that species. While I am scrolling, hey Megan, have you had a chance to use any of those mushrooms yet?
Which ones? Yes, we're making tomorrow we're having the enchiladas. We're gonna need
Okay.
some.
Because I'd say those white buttons need to get used sooner rather than later, just because they didn't dry out all the way.
She did fill them with water recently.
A lot of mushrooms in there.
So yeah,
Yeah,
She also was kind of surprised at the fact that they blew up so big.
yeah, no, that was 2 pounds of those white button mushrooms, which was a fucking big ass bag.
Yeah, I also want to get more of the chicken one that you had.
The
'cause
chicken
I
of the woods.
want more of that.
Did you try that out?
Yes.
Good shit, right?
It's a good one.
I wanted to get you a lobster mushroom, but every one that we picked out there was already past its prime and rotting. They're bright red, they smell like fish, and they're fucking incredible. I also wanted to get you some lion's mane, but also it was out of season for that one too. Which sucks. Wanted to get that for you.
It's okay.
How do you prepare this? I'm looking at pictures of lion's mane.
There's a few ways you can cook it. One of my favorite ways is literally just with some butter and some Old Bay seasoning. It tastes like crab. Crab, not pea.
Oh, okay. I'm like, why is that your favorite if it tastes like crap?
Yeah.
So
'Cause
you
I
kinda
realize
treat it
how-
like noodles?
No, no, treat it like meat. Some people treat it like noodles in lieu of noodles just because of how long it is. But yeah, I'd say just rule of thumb with any kind of mushroom that you're frying, fry it in a dry pan without oil first to get the sort of water in it out. And then add
I
oil.
know that that's generally the rule for mushrooms, but mushrooms are also, in my mind, I picture them being more solid than this.
Yeah. Also, people do dry out lion's mane for tinctures and teas and things because it's supposed to help with. It's supposed to be a cognitive aid, that specific type of mushroom. Which I'm not gonna lie, I fully agree with because there was a time when I had a decent bit of it in the house and it was helping me think. On top of how much help I was already having just from being on keto at the time. But you know, that's me. I'm not. Let's see here. Where the fuck? I know for a fucking fact I wrote it down. Did I put it in general? Or did I put it in the angel? I'm checking
Vinestra
general
said,
first.
"What we looking for?"
The names of Angel's siblings, which I did write down.
I wish Roll20 would stop asking to access my mic and camera. I've told it no like 50 times.
Nope, most recent message I sent. And that chat was 2 months ago with the family history reveals.
Aqua.
Ugh. It's this notebook. No, that's the setting planner. Did you write it down in any of your notebooks?
Not that I know of off the top of my head. I know that you put them in our chat, our private chat. I'll see if I can find it.
Did I put it in a group chat? Did I put it in?
No, it was a private chat. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Okay, because it's entirely possible I scrolled past and like overlooked it.
I know you put it in there. Abracadabra. There's last week's session. The floor's on fire.
I don't know that information was talked about in last week's session, because last week's session was...
Akari Shumei, Daiki Toshi, and Masaki Kira.
Ah! Where the fuck is it?
7/12/2025.
Spell just one of those names.
Akari. Did you find it?
Yep, 7/12. There we go. So it was over a month ago.
No wonder.
You had a lot of problems with your brains. It's okay.
Even if he didn't have problems with his brain, I can barely remember what he said yesterday, let alone a couple months ago.
I wish I at least had like half of your eidetic memory to offset my brain and memories getting fucked up. Because it's a frustrating thing when I'm trying to be a DM. It's like one of the only things like that in the moment has me question, like, should I have taken this role? I have the memory of a fucking goldfish.
In the future, you will take an injection and all have eidetic memory.
That'll be hell.
Tis joke, of course. I have no idea if that's gonna be a thing.
Although, the benefit of that, if that were to hypothetically happen, is that gaslighting would die.
Yeah.
On a societal scale.
No, only in the rich upper class, because the poor wouldn't have access to it.
That's, you know what, that's fair. In which case, nothing would change! Woo!
But now you have now you have it.
And we ran out of pins. Hey, Discord. Why is there a limit on pins?
Because pins
is it a
take
performance thing? But
it's a performance thing. Yes.
could you guys come out with a thing where I could like store it in a local cache instead? Like, cause that would be.
It's a whole file explorer and a text file.
You shut your whore mouth right now.
Have some chalky milk.
Vinistra said, just do what I do.
And what do you do?
Build a family tree.
Family tree.
That too, or I could finish consolidating all of this shit into World Anvil, but it's a slow goddamn process. Mainly because the way that's all structured out starts to look very much a brain turn off into mushy after like a good 3 hours of fucking with it.
Yeah,
so it happens in stages. Eventually it'll be completed. If I keep going at this pace, we should be done at least putting everything into World Anvil by 2057.
That kind of sensation happens with any activity that requires brain power. It happens to me when I'm having trouble coding something. It happens to me when I'm working on math homework. The brain just eventually fatigues like any other organ.
And here's the thing, I tend to love tedious shit. Because it gives me something to do and I don't get distracted so heavily, but at the same time, like if it turns into like kind of mentally the feeling of like staring at a textbook, that degradation starts to happen pretty quick. Although caffeine, weirdly enough, really helps offset that.
That's the ADD show.
You know what? That's fair. Okay.
It's a stimulant.
So, Akari Shimei, Daikitoshi, and Masaki Kida. Now, here's the fucking question. I know I wrote that down in one of these goddamn books, and I wish I could do like a fucking search bar for what the hell I've physically written down. Because I swear to God, some of my notes, it's a fucking game of Where's Waldo. It's like, I've been actually staring at that for the last 2 minutes. Cool.
Everybody see Totel.
So on topic, hi everybody, welcome to session 79. Good Lord. Okay, so yeah, you managed to successfully seek out Angel, who's in the midst of, collecting her kids and also basically going to address her siblings.
Mm-hmm. Let me. There we go.
Woo!
She's gonna wonder because they were supposed to talk to her today, and so she's waiting for them to talk to her because she's worried. She's like, I don't want to be embarrassing.
It's on your mind.
It's on my mind. So many things.
It says, great.
Which sibling is this?
Akari.
If I said Nicodemus's thighs, would you be upset?
Or would I be upset?
I don't know. Some people get upset when you're like, I don't understand. It's so gross. Why are you thinking about that? But then my kids don't necessarily. I don't tell my kids things like that. So, but I think you can appreciate.
Generally, yeah.
Mm-hmm. General appreciation is a good thing. I have a question. What are Mom gonna do and Dad gonna do when you date? Me and Nick, it was like easy work.
Yeah, I'm sure it was easy work, because when you and Nick started dating, both of them were dead.
Mom technically wasn't dead.
Technically, but she wasn't fully conscious either. So
What's
they didn't
gonna
have to
happen?
worry about it.
You're gonna have to deal with Dad going, where are you gonna pee? How long are you gonna pee?
Actually, what we're going to have to
Dad?
deal with, for once, despite being the eldest sibling, you don't have a reference for, which is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure you're excited to see how that pans out.
Dad's already a nervous wreck on a regular basis.
You don't have
And
to
I
tell
love
us
him.
that. We've been dealing with it for years.
How was it when you first decided to almost put your hand in the magical electric socket, considering?
One thing that you didn't get to experience with him was how he treated each of us during puberty. That was fascinating.
Okay, what was that? How did that go?
So
knowledge?
you know the stick with the hook, with the like little metal hook at the end of it that you use to keep a distance from snakes?
Yes.
It felt a lot like that for all three of us. Which, to be fair, we were pretty close together, and our ages only really diverged after that, so...
Okay, so was it worse for the boys or was it worse for you?
I think it was better for me because that was just me and Mom one-on-one, and then, well, the boys were too. And angry and manic and crazy and frustrated at what the hell was happening to them, and Dad had to deal with that.
Well,
And sibling
my
rivalries when puberty's going on at the same time for everybody, it's kind of, there were a lot of bruises everywhere on everybody.
I'm gonna say, tell me about it. I have what? Almost 100 adoptees at this point?
That's also fair.
But most of their dietic siblings kind of rein that in a little. Just a little. I'm not going to say perfectly, but considering some of them just make it worse. Just to see what will happen. I am talking about my pifflings, but they also are sweet beans when things go wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've caught on to that.
Caught
They're like sweet and sour the Patch Kids. They're sweet, they're sour, and then they're sweet. Whatever those Sour Patch Kids things were.
First they're sour, then they're sweet.
Yeah, I know, right?
What I really love? Sour gummy worms.
Oh my god. So good.
Sour at first, and then you bite into them, and the sour goes away, and it's just sweet. It's just...
Which Avery is there and present to say. Which I will say this, canonically in the world, given the continued existence of skags and other more ancient living races, things like gummy candies do still absolutely exist in this setting. And so gummy worms, and sour gummy worms at that, are also still a thing, because you don't necessarily need machines to extract acids in their chemical component form from fruits. You just need a pot, water, and a flame to boil it.
And
But-
all you need is gelatin for the gummy part.
So if you ever need suggestions on anything for kids, you can ask me or you can ask one of the siblings, because they've got more knowledge on anything that I know.
Well, none of the three of us are pregnant, and Daiki and Masaki just look at her with the most befuddled scrunch on their faces. How the fuck would the two of us get pregnant?
Nick, how does a guy get
We're
pregnant?
not changelings. Sue.
She looks over at Arkbach. Hey, how do two people of the same gender get pregnant?
Magic.
You can do some rather invasive
Vinestra
magics that would be
said,
structured for a
"Baby is
campaign that
stored
doesn't
in the
work like this
balls."
does.
Baby is stored in the balls. God, I hate that thought. That sounds so painful.
It's so funny.
That would hurt so bad.
So bad.
Just clip it already.
Like, remember babies like to squeeze things?
Okay, let me put it to you this way. It's not the squeezing that's the problem. It's when they start to kick upwards that you're gonna have problems.
Only if the ball is between us. If the ball is under the baby.
Oh, where are all your nerves? Located in the stem of that thing. So if they're kicking upwards, oh no! Just saying, dude. I took this thought process very seriously.
Cool. Let's move on.
Oh my god! Not to mention how they're gonna get out of there.
Let's move on.
This is getting clipped later. And I'm going to pre-format it so that if I ever do choose to go back on TikTok, it's going there.
She looks over at her sibling and is like, so with Mom it was easier, right? Because she was with me the whole time
Yeah.
that I had the fights with Mom and Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't an angry when I went through puberty.
Smaller, soothing kind of things she did with you that were still almost animal-like.
My favorite thing was she would find the candy in the house.
Yeah.
Because Zeus and Farah would hide it in the different drawers, and she'd show me all the little pathways Dad made, and I'd find my way to the candy somehow. So even if I was not allowed to have chocolate that week because I pissed off somebody, I'd find a way to find the chocolate.
Yeah, I've developed a habitual consumption during that specific time of chocolate-covered dragonberries, dried dragonberries.
I've never tried that. We had my favorite because of Dad's habit of making sugar cookies. Is my favorite is chocolate-covered sugar cookies. I don't know if he still makes them when you're at home now.
He would give them to those two for keeping me at bay when apparently I got angry enough to argue with somebody. Usually it was one of the dragons. We were in armor. So they got rewarded with cookies when they stopped me from doing something stupid.
I spent too much of my time with Mom and Dad, and when they were spending time with me, I would say that Dad, when I was little, it was the best. We used to play hide and seek all the time.
Yeah.
I knew all the I have not found some of the old pathways to some of the upper floors yet.
He did hide and seek a lot with us too, and given that we were also a group of siblings, one thing that we probably didn't get was he also had us start relay races as kids.
Wow. Mom liked I remember when she was still the Witchlight and she was just being herself. She would sit with her, sometimes she'd just sit on my forehead and slept. And Dad would always hold me when we went to bed sometimes when I would have nightmares. I don't know if he still did it with y'all, but that's what he did with me.
Nice.
So much education. I'm glad that y'all are not in line for this.
Oh, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
She puts her hand softly on your chest right over your heart. Tag, you're it.
No,
and
no,
then
we're not playing
her
this game.
hand glows pink, and a handprint briefly rests on your chest and fades in. You have a month to give that to somebody else. Or the game ends.
What is that?
So, you may write down as an effect you currently have on yourself. Mochizuki tag.
Oh my god.
Your movement speed is increased by 50%, rounded down. Getting up from prone on your following turn, or whenever should it be, also only takes a quarter of your movement. Well, sorry, takes 10 feet of movement rather than half of your movement to do. And you have advantage on acrobatics checks. You have a month to pass this on to another willing or unwilling target, though there is no saving throw, or the effect expires. Got all that down?
Mm-hmm. think you're gonna have to message it to me, but that's okay. Just write it down, and then I'll do that.
Okay. Mochizuki tag. Effect. Duration. 28 days. Increase movement speed by 50%. Advantage on acrobatics checks. And brain just turned off. What the hell was the third thing I said?
It's rolled down when on the speed stuff. If I remember correctly, you said something about roll down.
Yeah. Rounded down, which means basically if your movement speed is, like, say, for example, if having it moves it down to 15, then you only increase by 10. So this is a really big buff for something, for a, let's say actually round it up, because rounding it down to only a 10-foot bump is dumb.
And this is just between siblings? Is it just between siblings game?
No. You can pass it to whoever. But it is marked for being just between siblings, but basically if your movement speed halved, we're down to like, 22.5, that kind of thing, just because of whatever the hell your movement speed's at, because of bonuses or whatever. You round it up to the nearest 5 unit, because that's how movement in D&D works.
Okay.
Alright, so it was increase in movement speed by 50%, advantage on acrobatics checks, and there was a third thing related to motion. Did I put on there? Did I say anything? Fuck.
Something about getting up from being prone.
Oh, shit, right. Yep. Getting up from the prone condition only costs 10 feet of movement.
I know that she just tried to run off from me. I'm also going to use hold person and stop her from
Hold on. If the effect expires, she did not try to run off from you, as this seems like it's a different kind of attack. But if the effect expires, if the effect is not passed on within
28
a
days.
28-day duration, it expires. Which means technically this effect could be passed on through generations if you chose to.
Vinestra said, "So just to make sure, we're all in agreement Nick will be the first person tagged when she touches his ass."
It has to be deliberately passed on. You can continue to touch people without passing the effect. In order to pass the effect, you must say tag, which I will put in there. Whoop.
She's gonna look at her siblings like, what did you just do? Did you just start a game that you don't know if you're gonna be able to win?
Not a game, a boon that was born out of a game.
Oh.
And no, you can't pass it right back.
Damn.
Give it a bit.
No tag backs.
She looks at her sibling. So, what are the boys like individually? The girl, I know that, well, they probably can hear me from far away, considering that's how our family works. But anyways. And technically, it's usually because when we say that, they usually end up appearing, which is such a weird situation for our family.
I'm going to put this in angel notes rather than in our messages because that'll be an easier place for me to fucking find it.
You're welcome. Should have been like the whole time we were alive.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my shoulder. Oh, I'm shaking my shoulder. Ooh.
Although whenever you say, message you a note, immediately I think, okay, DMs rather than in your character notes, which in your character notes would make a lot more sense given how flooded our messages can get. Just from us back and forthing stupid bullshit to each other.
If it is not game related, it will probably be there.
True.
So, but that's the question she asked her sister. She goes, so
scroll back up to July 14th or 12th. Because I accidentally posted it in our DMs, which brought me back down to the bottom. Sorry, continue. I am now scrolling, which is an absent-minded thing, so continue.
So, you're being who you are. The boys, was it hard growing up with brothers? Because I didn't have but Dunarg and Griffin, and we always got in scraps. But it was like one at a time as we gathered them.
Yes and no, right? Which is to say, they bullied me relentlessly. They bullied each other relentlessly. I bullied them relentlessly. We were absolutely terrible to each other, and yet there's no pair of people, possibly even above Mom and Dad, that would more brutally defend me if someone chose to hurt me.
I think that's really kind of keen. I've got so many new family members, but Dunarg and Griffin. You don't want to mess with Griffin, just letting you know.
So sounds like I do want to mess with him.
No, not. Griffin plays human pranks, which are far more ruthless than a lot of pranks that
I've done studying.
Studying isn't the same thing.
I've been harvesting my own chickle in Ormer.
Okay.
Because I read one too many little passages about gum in the hair.
Of what?
This thing called gum, which you can make out of chickle. You just boil it down and add flavorings, and you can chew on it endlessly almost. And it turns into this thing called gum, and if it gets in the hair, it's a nightmare.
I have some. The lady in Green Eye Crossing made some.
Oh, cool.
It's more for my anxiety. She gave it to me for all my nerves.
Gotcha. I know somewhere I put notes for differences between those siblings as well, and distinctions between them, and I don't know where the fuck those went, so...
I think you wrote those down.
I definitely did, and I'll have to look over the pages and then realize after flipping through them like 20 times, oh, I've overlooked that specific bit of pencil writing how many times now?
Well, she's a bard.
Yeah.
Just like and she looks over at her sister. What is your instrument of choice? I learned to play so many because I liked instruments and I liked singing, so. But I liked using my body more.
True. Well. It's a drake horn.
I've never heard of a drake horn before.
More of an Ormer-specific instrument. She produces it, and it is this sort of long flowing. It looks like a twisted horn that you would get off of like a bronze dragon or something similar, a breed similar to that, where it twists off almost like a goat's horn. It is not bronze in color, it is full bone, which means most likely it was taken off of the primal dragon or some older bit of just remains. There are... It's not really runework as much as it is just scrimshaw carved into it, as well as then steadily outward holes that are carved into it for the fingers to be placed over toward the front, and then staggered and deliberate kind of buffer points where you see metal banding around the horn to kind of reinforce it. And she blows into it, and you, immediately hear how it's been hollowed out, and you hear this just sort of immediately kind of staggered, almost didgeridoo-like sound that then, as she starts to move her fingers over it, it begins to shift to more of a, almost like a wooden tuba type sound. But then if she even lightly moves her fingers, it goes to higher tones and starts sounding more like a flute. And she seems to almost rotate through basically a bone variant of effectively every wind instrument within this object.
I've got to play one of those. You see Angel's like, her eyes get real big. I gotta play one of those.
Nothing magical going on here, just a very careful selection of the shape. And of course, toward the bottom stagger of the bends on that horn, they can kind of fall apart, so I had to reinforce them. That's just steel right there right now, but I'm looking to eventually swap that out for some mithril. It'll be lighter and produce more of a... less of that stagger in the sound and more like vibrato when singing, if I manage to switch it out for mithril.
I can assist with that.
That'd be cool.
I just have so many questions. I just want to know I know that the boys are different. I don't know who they ended up following after. I know Dad has got himself tied into a farther situation than we can really deal with.
Yeah. They're
But as she points out, points out her little boy who's basically tied to the same thing, that little crow is the most informative person in the entire world. On his shoulder. My little dark beam. She looks at her changeling that's quite tied to the Queen of Ravens, who's basically a poet of the Queen of Ravens.
Well, on the subject with exchange of knowledge and everything like that, part of it's this, whatever Dad called the secret Santa thing. I don't know what the Santa thing means. I'll have to read some books about it.
Santa is a saint.
Yeah, because saints love breaking and entering.
There are some. There's stories. We're not going there.
Even among some of the religions we have around under a lot of the dragons, there are saints that weren't necessarily clean people, if you get what I mean.
To be fair, he only broke and entered to eat cookies, drink milk, and leave presents.
At least he wasn't the Hogfather who would drink brandy and eat meat pies and then disappear.
So he entered with gifts and left with indigestion. Got you.
I'm just saying, there are different things,
Either way, the point is this box is for me. Open it.
Okay, she opens the box.
And you find a similarly shaped, if still kind of almost the formation of the bound horn kind of curving off to the right a good bit. It is another carefully carved and scrimshot instrument of a drake's horn.
He just hugs her simple, full-on jump hugs. This is the coolest thing ever.
And as you lift it up out of the box, you see kind of resting in the bottom of the box as well is a small book, which seems to be written equal parts in Draconic on its leather-bound surface and in Elven. It is script written, sealed, and carefully filigreed. It looks old. as hell. And it looks partly weathered, which means this definitely came out of a dragon's hoard rather than your dad's collection. But it is a full instructional on how to properly play this instrument.
Nick is gonna hate this, but I'm gonna love this.
Which notably,
Look over
the
at Nick.
Drake's Horn is an instrument which you can gain proficiency in, and it is also a multi-species animal call, which even just reading the first few chapters into the book, explaining its history, it's originally what it was designed for, just being an animal call, but then people found even just fucking with the chambers a little bit, you could very easily turn it into a very pretty sounding instrument.
So I have a question. The question I have is this. So she looks over her sibling. I had something I made for you. I didn't know how old you were gonna be, so the outfit kind of adjusts to sit such a otherwise. And because I didn't it adjusts to fits your age, and it's very specific. I made it with silver thread on the loom that the silver dragon gave us.
Oh.
She pulls it out, and it started out as a soft V-shaped dress, but it will go down into it will go down to a midriff dress by the time she gets to a certain age, and it'll be like a deep plunge V dress where it falls off the shoulders.
Right.
And she puts hands in the box. I brought you a performance outfit because Dad said that you had fallen into music. You didn't tell me what that meant, if you were going to be a bard or what you were planning on doing. But this is what I had made, and there's a set of very dainty, not silver earrings, but like what is a white gold earring set and a crown set that goes down for the top part of her head.
Okay, that's very nice.
I had them made, and the snake worked on the loom with me on how to make the other part, because I kept, and she's like, I kept poking my fingers. There's still like little tiny small scars where her scales are a little bit. But I'll get better at it. It's just hard. Like, I'm not great at it yet.
I see.
But she helped me, so. I just didn't know what your style was, and it should kind of. He said it would conform to your style no matter what your age was.
Gotcha. Okay, well, on the subject, this is not part of the knowledge exchange. I'll make another one of these. If you've got cuts on your scales, she holds out a small, what looks to be like little glass jar. Probably contained jam at some point, but has since been cleaned and repurposed. Within it sits this, what looks to be like soft yellow pinkish paste. And as she opens it, you get this immediate kind of woody smell that kind of wafts off of it.
It smells good.
This is from what's called sallow bark. It grows in the warmer underdark. It is a mixture of sallow bark, some natural clays, and the sallow sap. This is incredible for softening scales to help them heal.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, there was this copper dragon that was living by where I got this. And you know how copper will even on copper dragons, it'll eventually kind of, get that patina and turn kind of green in spots. No, still shiny. And apparently, based on her size, ancient.
Wow.
So, I guess good for keeping scales from kind of even taking on a bit of metallic degradation or other kinds of degradation. It might be good for a few things.
I do. You need anything?
No, thank you, Amu.
Did you get the chicken?
Yes. Thank you, Amu.
Do you have the bowl for the rest that I can put something else in it?
It's still in there. I didn't finish it all.
You finished it all, right?
No, I didn't, Amu. I didn't finish it all. I'll go back and get the other piece in a minute. Then I'll give it to you. So she's gonna look over at.
She
That's
hands
just
you the
a-
remaining 3/4 of a container of sallow self, or in other words, dragon Vaseline.
Wow. Then I have a gift for you. She goes into her bag somewhere, and she has to dig for a minute because it's a
You already
box.
got me the dress. Like, look, you just mentioned that you messed up your scales, so I had that on hand. I can make another one anyway.
No. I know you can make another one. Hold on. She's like digging through her bag. She pulls out the soap that's from the dragon from Green Eye Crossing that sent her that, or
The Dragonborn?
that really special soap. There's 1 bar. Used it sparingly because I don't have enough to go visit.
You hand her a bar of soap that is tied to a character that had a very brutal ending in a previous timeline.
I have a full box of the soap now, Joe.
Yeah, I think you still also have some of the soap that you collected from, when she was
Yeah, dead.
floating in the vet.
So I could test where it came from. Nobody let me test it. I kept suggesting it, and nobody let me test it.
Yeah, mystery solved, and you still have corpse soap.
Corpse.
I keep wondering if it turned into a mimic.
No, because the person's alive.
Yeah, doesn't matter. It's still corpse soap from a different world and a different timeline. So my question is, did it turn into a mimic?
Wait, I just had a terrifying thought. If mimics can turn into anything, can a person be a mimic?
Yes.
They can turn
Why
into
do
any
you-
object, and so technically a corpse is considered an object.
Mhm.
So that's where, technically, yes.
Okay.
Now with that, I will mention mimic soap is just Nair.
That's bad, Joe. Don't say that.
Get it on sensitive skin, you'll wish you never touched the stuff in 1,000 years. Good God.
No, I just wish she's gonna pull out that jar and see if it's turned into a mimic and shake it.
It's been over 2 years. That jar has solidified. So you're just where it's getting that like slight bit of movement on the inside of the jar from the solidified block of soap.
She looks over at her sister. Well, that corpse soap is not going anywhere.
Avery, you see Angel in front of you casually mention just having that corpse soap is not going anywhere as she just on a offhand pulls a jar out of her bag.
I think you're beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
The first storyline in the campaign was a little fucking twisted.
I like Twisted. Twisted is good. She looks over at her sister. Oh, I don't know if I introduced you to Avery. Avery, this is my sister Akari. Akari, this is my friend Avery. We've been traveling with him. He's really cool. He has a friend named
Avery,
Angel.
in the male context, in the female context, or in the unisex, am I staring at a changeling?
You are staring at a changeling. One of the coolest changelings I know, and I'm pretty picky.
Oh, you flatter me.
To be fair, that would be a pretty small sample size. It's not often that people know changelings, but I also know that you decide to collect them. Like, I think Uncle Griffin mentioned something about Pokemon that would fit this analogy.
Popcorn! What? She looks over at her daughter, who's literally got this giant, like, book over her head and is chasing her sibling in rage. Popcorn! Put the encyclopedia down.
That is not what I expect a mother to ever say.
But it's an encyclopedia, and the holiday's about sharing knowledge, and so, and...
You cannot beat the knowledge into your siblings.
Oh.
That
not how you
feels
said it.
incorrect. As she later grows up to be a Catholic school teacher. No, I'm kidding.
No, you know where popcorn ends up. She ends
Yeah.
up marrying a pirate.
I mean, if there were anybody to beat the
Like
knowledge
a good
into.
pirate that provides dead material to public access whenever companies don't.
No,
or
she's
like a
a
bad.
pirate who runs an orphanage.
He steals orphans on high seas.
No, it's all the children that get abandoned end up there.
Yeah. It's Davy Jones
Basically-
without the corpse agreement.
She looks over at popcorn. Put the encyclopedia down. This is not a turn and run.
I want to hit him in the face with knowledge.
Just because he threw a water balloon at you and tells you that you were stupid, considering I saw that. I will have Daddy handle him for saying the word stupid. But if you decide to hit him with the book, I cannot help you from what your daddy will do to you.
I mean, he would then hit
It's
the
a
book.
bad
Well, the books
word.
would hit him.
I mean, it's not nice to call someone stupid.
We don't say the word stupid. They're too young to say it.
Can I
He's trying
throw?
to
Can I
teach them.
throw the book at him?
No.
Well, they're gonna call him something.
But the
I'm okay.
pun.
I'm okay with them calling them not smart. That's enough of an insult at this age for her. She's very young. I need you to put the book down. This is not a turn and run situation. If you do, I'm going to send Charlotte after you.
Persuasion.
Didn't make sense to me.
It's a really low DC, and you have a really high bonus.
Hold on.
You're just limiting their vocabulary at that point, aren't you?
No,
It's a
because
dictionary.
they have
This is an
7 other
encyclopedia.
languages. They have 7 other languages to learn, like several other languages that they all know. They're all siblings.
Luckily,
all
it's easier to
teaching
learn a
that
new
all-
language when you're young.
That's why she's basically making sure it's ingrained. We don't use words that we don't need. Oh, it's a natural 20 DM. Oh, that was nice. Hello.
Plus all your modifiers, including the bonus from it being the Festival of Knowledge to your charisma stat.
It's like 50.
Yeah. Which that bonus from the holiday will disappear after the festival ends, but still. Might as well use it while you have it.
Yep. She looks over at Popcorn is like,
Sets the book down. Gently at her feet. Looking down at it with a small annoyed huff, looking back in the direction of the retreating sibling.
and then she looks and she calls a boy's name, Dandelion.
No! On instinct, knowing they're in trouble, retorting and continuing to bolt.
I will finish your full name if you do not get over here.
Intimidation check.
I don't think a 13 is bad for this child, considering he's like 3.
You still got bonuses that brought that higher than 13, I'm sure.
I know. Which would be 30-something.
30-something, yeah. Over comes the child, stomping with every step, arms rigid, looking down at the floor on the approach.
We do not say the word stupid at your age. You know how old you can say that word. You have to be.
3.
You know, you have to add it to your vocabulary at 7. Do not make me add Orcish to your book list right now. It will make it hard to speak.
that face is going from, well, from off gray and blue, the natural tone that the face already is, to a steadily more purple tone.
Nick,
Yeah.
can you handle this, please?
Yep.
I would like to spend time with Avery and Akari and my 2 other siblings.
Yeah. He kneels down, kisses you on the forehead, grabs the boy by the back of his shirt, and hoists him over his shoulder.
Don't forget popcorn.
Gently takes Popcorn's hand, and then quickly, Changeling forms out a tail with which to retrieve the book.
Thank you. Sorry. I apologize. That sometimes happens in this household.
Yeah, given
Very
immediate
rarely,
proximity,
though.
that looks exactly like Lillian's tail, but hey, changelings be changelings.
Changelings be doing what changelings
You
do.
need to have a very clear picture of what they are morphing into.
Yeah, and he has
Oh, she's been
years
these
of
siblings
familiarity
are-
with that
yeah,
sibling,
no.
so.
Yeah, so. Well, considering what she used to do before she got married and still does now that she's married, it's a moment.
It's even got the color of her tail as well.
Being the lily of the Underdark is kind of a weird thing for me, okay?
Although notably the image that is produced, it's specifically of Lillian when she was like 15, back when she had a few magically applied tattoos to that tail. It's a bit of a flashback seeing that.
Good to know that's what he does when he's irritated.
Irritated? No, just the quickest tail I could think of. It works.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest tattoo sets she picked.
Yeah, and then Dad yelled at her and had her get rid of the tattoos.
She has cooler ones now.
True.
I don't want to know about the other one. I had a full description from her boy.
Yeah.
That was a day. She looks over at a cart. I, in-house, have a tattoo guy who will make you a magic tattoo. He's usually traveling, but he's been with us for about 2 years, and because he's been getting steady business, he hasn't really moved.
Cool. If I am gonna do that, I'm gonna get the smallest one I can that'll still function. Because
She shows her the entire tattoo on her back with all the wings, and it's shimmering in that pearlescent pink.
yeah, that's not small.
I'm kind of a pain addict, and it's okay.
I get it. It's not only about pain, it's also, at least with part of my image that I'm trying to go for, it's kind of about natural look. If you get what I mean.
What if you did it like right here? Right there. That way it's just like a little secret for you.
Yeah, or yeah. Yeah, I could do that.
And it could look natural. You just gotta pick your animal, your creature. Just don't pick a roper, because Ropey would be offended.
Not really entirely my vibe. And not what I would be going for, especially not in an orchestra, so.
Oh, you know, back in the day, like Griffin said, like all of the ladies in orchestra and like band would always get them right there. And it was like the hot girl thing to do. Because when you put up your hair when you're playing your instrument, it just shows like right there, like at the bottom of your ear.
Oh, okay, cool, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like the little peekaboo moment. Because then whoever adds one, and you know, like that's like the attraction thing to it. That's
Right.
basically what Griffin told me. But
I think I'm one of like 5 actual bards in that orchestra. It's cool.
you should invite them to play here one day. That'd be after the war and after all the dumbs.
And that would also be on you to be able to let them through as well.
Oh no. It depends on what they are. Are we talking chromatics? Because chromatics are the only thing that are not able to really travel.
There's some chromatic dragonborn in there, and kobolds.
The chromatic dragonborn aren't blocked. It's just the dragons.
To my knowledge, no. But you know.
It's just so that it's just so we don't have cross contamination and people getting hurt.
Right.
Because dragonborns may have different natures from their actual scale color.
Yeah, no troglodytes in the band though a few of them have wanted to join. Just nobody in that particular orchestra. I don't think we've had anybody that's been up to snuff.
Well, that's the only stipulation I put on it. No chromatic. And as far as no chromatic, it was just for the dragons themselves because I'm not ready for the travel back for that yet.
Yeah, to my knowledge, there aren't any even in the band. So,
well, there you go.
That's of course curses and things notwithstanding. You know, who knows?
Curses?
Yeah.
Friends are cursed?
Some can be. It's a thing.
I'm sorry.
Death curses, birth curses, consequences of warlock pacts. Dragons can get into warlock pacts. Who knew? You know. You'd think a lot of them, their ego would be too big for that, but for some of them, no, I guess, so.
Well, I had, what was the other thing what about the boys? What is their profession?
I know I
Because they
told you
all
this
end up
when you
being
last
bards.
encountered them, or did they not talk about what they did?
I know one of them did, but I know the other one didn't tell me.
And I know I have this physically written down, and I'm not
But
about
if you
to
make
like
up
change
if you
it
make up something,
again.
if you make up something, I'm not gonna get upset about it.
I don't like retconning myself because I lose notes. Like it's a personally very annoying thing.
I understand that, but you're gonna know where it is, and like I don't care for today. Just make up what you can, and then we'll fix it later.
We'll retcon the retcon back to the original canon. Fine, fuck it.
There you go. And are the boys dating yet? She looks over.
We'll
her
just
sibling,
call those
considering-
ebbing and flowing consequences of prior uses of the time mushrooms. Time is a little bit whiplashy.
Funky.
Yeah.
So she looks over her sibling. I have a question. Out of with the boys, have any of them started dating yet?
To my knowledge, no.
Would I know, being what I am?
The interesting thing is when you kind of gaze upon somebody, what you generally are able to glean is a connection. It doesn't really distinguish between, is that dating? Is that a crush? Is that a friendship that's evolving into something more? You don't really get a distinction.
So I can't distinguish between pinks yet, is what you're telling me.
Right.
Different layers of pink.
Right.
Okay.
You can sense the connection, which in its own way, you can tell it's romantic. The more specific nature of it, though, you can't really get.
Have you started dating? She looks over at her sibling.
Which of the two brothers do you look at?
I'm gonna look. I haven't met the brothers. The brothers aren't here. The sister's the only one's here. So my question is, where do they show up? She's also looking at her. She's looking at her sister. She's like, "Are you dating?"
They are just kind of steadily walking their way over, kind of carrying with them, away from the kitchens and away from the dining room, a couple of admittedly high-walled bowls of what appear to be a couple of just lunch items to try and help themselves not spill things.
And she looks over at she looks at her Avery. Avery's dating his I think, is he engaged?
I don't think we are. Don't think we've had the chance.
But
We've
they're
had the
together.
chance. We've just been focused on other things.
Oh my god, she appears from nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know Angel jumps almost 3 feet in the air. That was
Hi, baby. I missed you.
She taps her fingers against the wall, notably one right past right past the pinky. I'll leave you to
I
it.
hide like the hand that has the attuning ring on it, like kind of stuff it under my arm and do like a cross arm.
An unintentional payoff to a joke.
She looks over at. Oh my god, Aiko was sneaky. Sneaky.
You have no idea. I'm gonna go get some food.
Why did she do that by my ear?
Getting more and more hints potentially at her skill set. Maybe she's just naturally sneaky. And just a mundane as shit occupation. Who knows?
I mean, as we could just flavor it as she has a high dexterity, since stealth is a dexterity-based stat.
I mean, well, I know what she's got.
Oh, of course you do.
She looks over at Akira. So Avery's mentor is a. She makes the tentacle face movement.
A mind flayer.
He's a yes.
No,
he's
she does it for
effective
Akira.
mind
She's
flayer.
trying to not be mean. She's like it can be a bad word. So I'm just like she's a.
A mind
That-
flayer is not a derogatory term. It's an accurate
No.
statement.
Mm-hmm.
But it is in certain circles.
Not really. Mind flayer is to human, a ceremorph is to Homo sapien. As I mean, the only thing you get into otherwise are the faction names. If you want to get into derogatory terms for mind flayers, I mean, there's a few of those. Tentacle face, from the Gith population, Geich.
I was that was what it was on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't remember what the word was.
They say it with a lot of disgust.
Well, derogatory
rightfully.
terms usually are.
I mean, yeah. She looks at a big carrot. So, how did you end up being taller than me? All of the siblings are taller than me.
Maybe in order to produce all of those extra children, cosmically, some height had to be sacrificed.
It's just like, it would make sense though, because she was so big as a person. It's a big target. Maybe they needed a small one so it couldn't get hit by things. Little did they know the little tiny thing throws itself into things. Oh, wait, I was gonna offer you some. I still have some yellow dragon hide and some blue dragon hide.
Cool.
If you wanted to make something of it, but considering the dragons were evil and it will smell like them.
I'm a bit of a hunter by practice. I'm sure I can find something to use for that. It's kind of actually where our sister
Your brother?
had some of her first use for the Drakecorn, actually, because again, it is an animal call.
Oh, one
originally.
of the boys start walking up and saying that to me right now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you were talking to Akira, so
I have a question. Is Namer still sitting underneath me at the moment?
is who still sitting under you at the moment?
Namer?
Am I trying
The
to
big
blank?
dragon? Drake boy. Drake's name is Namer.
Navar? You mean?
Navarre. My brain is tired. I did the wrong thing. I talked about a book today that I haven't talked about, and that's why I nicknamed it that. No, that's one of the other kids' pets. The mayor is one of the other kids' pets. My bad.
Okay, so you were accurate, just not in the thing you were thinking about.
Yeah, I know. I wanted Navarre, but my brain did the three things and then mixed the dog character in with the other one. I was like, that's and that's the kid's pets, considering Popcorn has a dog named Namer.
Namer is briefly between your legs before Namer is shoved the fuck out of the way by Navarre. There we go. It's accurate now.
Hey, be nice to the poopers.
Just bolts away.
I understand it. Okay. She calms down the chamois and then sends him off back to her daughter. Go find your mom. Go find your mom. Go find your mom. She looks over at oh my god, her brother's names are what?
I'm scrolling up so I can just put it in the angel notes. You send me so many short.
Yes, I do. You can literally type Akari into the search bar.
I can, but that would be too easy.
Why don't you do that? So you don't have to wait.
Because I'm not thinking. That's why.
I guess that's the one thing even when I'm in a DM, I'm like, I'm not scrolling. Where's the freaking note that I made? I remember what I typed down on my fingers. Just start to type it down. More chicken.
Oh, God, I scrolled up a little too far, and then I got back to rootin', tootin', toilin', shootin'.
That's horrible.
Fire burning, cowboy bootin', eye of newt and spicy beans, toe of frog and denim jeans. Whiskey, grits, and demon spittle tossed into my iron griddle. With the tanning of their hide, something wicked this way rides.
That's horrible. Well, that's really kind of cool, actually. But she looks over at where it's
You know, when you need to make an Old West wizard.
Oh, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have us fun. He's gonna carry a cast iron skillet.
Oh, yeah. It's spellcasting focus. Get it? Because cast iron?
Oh my God. His cast iron skillet is a cast iron
Yeah.
focus.
I cast iron.
If you wanted to make a Mexican one, you could give him a comal. It would be a cast iron comal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, not bad. Or a mocajete.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, half of this shit has been me backtracking through my notes to try and find what the fuck I wrote.
So she looks over at her brother, and she looks at Avery. Avery, the two siblings that I call brother, and the sibling I call sister. I know I mentioned to Akari, but these are the boys. They're all taller than me. Don't point it out.
Everyone's taller than you. I don't need to point it out.
Hi. And they say in unison, higher than her.
That was bad.
That was me. She looks over at all three of them. That was me.
We've been waiting to say that for years.
I was worried it would go over her head.
We're already there.
Why are you mean to me?
What? Can't hear you very well from down there.
Careful, or the divine shorty will smite us.
I'm letting you know.
Smite me, oh tiny smiter!
Freaking tempt me. Only Gaesir has felt my wrath thus far.
And there goes the best Bruce Mighty reference I will ever use.
She looks over at Nick. Don't start. It's not a joke.
I cannot hear the name Gaesir without thinking, well, where's Straight Seer?
Oh my god.
It's the god of war based around a Spartan. What did you expect?
He likes both things.
You got to keep battle morale up somehow.
Wow.
Even if the battle morale is up your ass.
Wow. She looks at her siblings, and then she looks at Avery, and she's like, "Y'all are so clever, so clever."
Oh,
Oh,
I know.
And now
But
you're
thanks for
officially
the-
actually a
thanks for the
sibling.
compliment.
We've been waiting to do that for a while. Did you tag her? Yeah, I tagged her.
you don't know the rules in this house, though. She looks over at Nicodemus.
What do they say about you getting tagged?
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened.
Okay.
It just means I get to run away faster from Nick. And she's not even saying that out loud. It's one of those thoughts that's just like, it's a passing tiny thought that no one will ever think is exists.
You know our minds are connected, right?
She looks up at him and goes, I may have forgotten that. I didn't. I said it. I did it on purpose. It's fine.
We haven't done it on purpose yet. Haven't found one big enough.
Oh, good. Is that one of her siblings? Oh,
No, that is still Nick.
damn it. She looks over at
Excuse me.
over at Avery. She's like, I'm just getting to know them. I was wondering because I know we all had kind of weird visions the other day. I told you what mine was. Did you have one? That weird night sleepy thing? That was a weird dream. Weird dream.
Above the table, are you referring to like the reveals that Joe took us in private to?
Yeah, she's talking about.
Okay.
I told everybody about mine though.
Yeah, I did actually, and it actually had you in it.
Okay. What was this?
When I was a little boy, I passed by a cave, and when I explored deeper in this cave, there was a man negotiating some kind of trade deal with fuck.
Myconid?
No,
Mushroom.
no. Let me go look through my notes because I forgot.
I'm letting you know she's still trying to help him a little bit, but she's gonna wait now for a minute.
Any VODs that previously had Twitch VOD links have been updated to their recording YouTube links, I believe.
Okay, so it's not there. Maybe. Shit. Where is it? Try.
It's hot. I made it too hot.
Yeah, let me check Avery's like Discord notes.
I believe it was session 73.
She pokes one of her brother's noses. I'm looking at my notes now since I can look at them.
Which
I'm gonna
brother?
take my camera operator thing. I keep getting screenshotted because I keep doing this.
Okay, here it is. Here it all is. I'll copy
Okay.
paste this into my bigger notes file in a bit. It was.
Could you not have... Oh, wait, you can't. I was going to say, could you not have Discord on your iPad? But you already explained to me why that could not be a thing.
Well, I could still do it. I could
You
put it back on there.
And you could just also make a point of logging out of your account each time you
Outpost of
stop.
Drow. That's what they were.
No,
I came across a man negotiating some kind of trade deal with Drow, but more importantly, I saw a little gnome playing with bugs. A little gnome playing with bugs, and I got close and I looked at the bugs, and they looked like this. I pull out the bug. Do you remember
What
these?
What do they look like, Joe?
So they look,
Baseball-sized bugs.
yep. They're these sort of like baseball-sized, almost beetle-like creatures. A little bit bioluminescent, almost cockroaches. You know these to be in the Underdark, and you know, at their size, they're also a fairly commonly eaten street food. But you are also in that sort of kind of like ringing ear, almost migraine-like sensation. Even just staring at the bug, you are catching that fringe sensation of memories filtering in and kind of merging with you from being in this new timeline. Yes, you were absolutely playing with one of those bugs on a commerce trip with your father. You were playing with a few of them, moving them around like little wagons on the ground. And apparently, Avery was nearby enough that he encountered you as a child.
Did we talk?
No, I was kind of nervous about the entire thing because everything looked scary and new, and people were speaking a language I didn't understand. So I just like blended in best I could and eventually just went away.
Yeah, that was one of your first times down in the Underdark, and Undercommon sounds fucking scary compared to normal common. It's like the first time in English you encounter German. The language in general sounds a little angry.
I'm sorry. I wish you'd have said hello. I'm pretty calm and collected.
No, you were fine. There was a reason I was able to come up to you to get a better look at the bugs you were playing with.
Notably, as you are holding it, it twitches.
Oh, what the fuck?
Lands on the ground, slowly twitches a little bit more, stretches out its limbs, and stands up. This fucking thing's still alive.
Why haven't I heard it singing?
Those bugs did sing.
It stopped singing decades ago.
Just like any other bug, it is immediately just kind of slowly and steadily moving toward like a tucked-in shadow in the room.
Oh, no.
Can I hold monster?
I will pick it up.
Slow enough that you don't really need to cast any spells to just grab the damn thing.
Got it.
She's gonna actually speak to it because she can speak animal.
And you see that little kind of pincer just kind of right in front of you. Not really aggressively as much as it's just staring.
Exploring.
Aren't you the sweetest thing ever?
I am not sweet. I am drowsy. I just hibernated
Oh, that explains it.
for a long time. I was half awake for a long time. Then I got hit with this waving heat that never stopped waving heat.
Can you
After
sing
in a
your
place that
song
smelled real
again?
musty.
I liked your song.
Apparently, he wants you to sing your song.
That is a mating call, and I don't smell any females nearby.
I think they probably live in the West Underdark.
Well, now I feel uncomfortable.
I do not relay the mating call part. I think they live in the West Underdark, and it's something they only do in the West Underdark.
The air smells thin up here and cold. We are not in the Underdark. I do not smell dust.
Oh, yeah. You want to put him in something warm so you can basically put him back in your pocket every so you can go back to sleep.
Okay.
Looking
Yeah,
back in
put it
your
back
pocket, you
wherever I
find a thick layer of molted carapace as you grab him to put him back in.
Before I dump him in, I grab it. I'll ask Piper if there's anything you could do with it. Crushed carapace. It's got to be useful for something.
I mean, you know those shells glow. That might be used for something.
Mm-hmm.
They glow in the dark anyway.
I think they probably come from the West Underdark.
And given that those things are also commonly eaten, you might at least be able to turn those into a stock.
I have a question because I know that most of the Drow live in the West Underdark. Would I know that that's where it would be?
23rd.
Where you were, it was a little closer to home, though it was kind of like the beginnings of the West, kind of like just crossing a state line back then. It's kind of like, you know, you're like 2 towns past the Welcome to Kansas sign. That's kind of where you were.
Because we live in the East Underdark.
Yeah.
And they live in the West.
You haven't been back to the West in a while.
Oh no, we went back 2 years ago. But not,
Yeah.
it was like only for a day.
Yeah. At the very least, you have some trade connections probably left over from your dad that you could pull on.
No, we have a Western Underdark connection.
Oh, that's right.
We just don't have. I know that the Illithid are in that location, so I'm going to need to contact. That's what I contact. That's okay. That first part of the morning, I contact that person. I do want to reiterate that, or I want to do that this afternoon. That reminds me. She basically pulls out her fake phone.
The waving
Used to
heat
call
hasn't
you.
stopped.
Huh?
The waving heat hasn't stopped since we were in the metal musty place.
What? Wait. What?
The waving heat hasn't stopped since we were in the metal musty place.
Are you talking about the radiation?
Would radiation would make waving heat?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that.
She's gonna take out a little bit of coating she knows it protects people from radiation and put it around the little guy.
Okay.
Just rub the salve on.
You rub the salve on and you watch it harden like chocolate shell and flake off.
Ooh.
And on the inner layer of that flaked off shell that's left behind is this sort of soft blue and indigo, almost ammonite-like layering on the inside of that leftover shell.
Hey,
Or
Avery, do you
amsonite,
mind
I
if
should say.
Avery, do you mind if I keep him in my pocket for a little while?
Sure.
Okay. It's more or less because your body's giving off a radiation. You might want to check if you have any pets on you.
I think I do.
Does he have pets on him, Joe? Does Avery have any pets?
You did adopt something when the pet shop swung by, right? Trying to
Oh,
remember
that
what
was
you
that
got.
Avery, not Cosima?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. Shoot, what was it? Was it a kitsune?
I think so.
I don't think
Yeah,
I'd
but-
keep him, like, on my person, though.
He lifts his head up out of your bag, completely anorexic. You haven't fed me in months. No, I'm kidding.
But luckily there were
You
rations in the
You
bag.
need to eat, like, physical food? I thought you just, like, fed off of emotions or something.
Yeah, no, that's a joke. Yeah, I've actually been getting fat being in a house full of children. There's emotions
Maybe
everywhere.
you should exercise.
Maybe you should chase the child down that's basically going to be walking soon.
Fat is good in a place that's cold like this. It keeps me warm.
Point taken. Fair enough. Carry on. But maybe don't live in my backpack because apparently I'm radioactive. Radioactive.
That would explain the 10th tale.
If you would like to go sleep next to the cat up there, you should heal up that tail and heal it off.
Understood.
She points over to Cosimo, who's literally sitting in his little bed, like curled up in a little ball with Mochi. It's the cat moment of like we're laying on our sides, petting each other
You
and
have a
licking each
cat
other.
named Kazuma?
No, we have a pet named what is he named? I think I'm close. It does begin with a K. Hold on. Oh, it's Soma. My brain did the everything ends in This is the day. So see that Soma's up there, that little orange cat right there. I just don't just bug him and his girlfriend because they're having relaxed time apparently because the kittens are not bugging them.
Yeah, Soma, if I recall correctly, is the...
Press him.
Yep, Tressum. The term escaped me. I'm like... Scratched disc incoming. Which means that cat has wings. The zoomies are hell.
Yeah, but they have little perches that you can climb on the side of the walls because that's what my grandmother made for them. And there are little rafters up there so they can sit on top.
Yeah, still, bird cat gets zoomies. It's you have to pin things to the wall if you don't want them falling down. And this is unfortunately an orange cat Tressum, which means the zoomies happen brainlessly.
Yeah, but he doesn't have tabby cat stripes, so he technically doesn't have the problem. He's the smartest person. Archimedes is more of the one brain cell.
True. Bacon! That's more of an old man voice.
I do have a question. Is Archimedes literally like at one of the guy's feet like, you have food, you have food, you have food, you have food? You have
Archimedes has been basically snaking between the underside of every table that a dwarf has been sitting at during the lunch hour in the chance that they drop something. And
has he gotten many snacks?
based off of the occasional fart that has an intonation that does not match the thunderous tone that could come out of a dwarf's ass.
No.
Yeah, no, he's definitely eating plenty of something that he probably shouldn't be.
She's going to make a hand signal and whistle. Very distinctive noise. It's a low whistle.
And eventually Archimedes comes trotting off in your direction with a... sorry. What the fuck? A fart with every step that he comes trotting off in your direction. Hi.
You're going to go down to the VET.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. He starts shrinking down with himself his tail between his legs.
He literally makes the hand signal, do not move.
Digs his paws into the floor and hides them beneath his body, going full potato, but also full dead weight. Pinned to the floor potato. Don't plan on it.
She puts that orb floaty thing that will carry him and can carry his weight.
No.
Can carry the weight of a giant.
As he tries to restrain himself to the floor, you instead cheat code the defiant pet with a fucking Pokeball, basically.
And it grows to size to fit whatever's on top of it. So she's just watching him just sit in the air, being like, crap, 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 what do I do?
As many dogs do in defiance when stressed about... Why am I getting a phone call?
Oh no, Joe. Why are you getting a phone call?
Wow.
My mother got a meat slicer and cooked up a bunch of ham, and so she's basically dropping me off some homemade sandwich meat. Apparently she's almost here. We are at roughly the... Actually, we are past the 2-hour mark. I will say this. Inside of the crystalline structure, stressed as a dog can ever be, he sits down and proceeds to shit all over the inside of this thing.
It's not that kind of an orb, Joe. It just picks you up like you Yoda.
Oh.
So it's Yoda's chair.
All right, he's shitting all over the floor, which is being immediately met with prestidigitation from the dragon that is the house. So it is just immediately dissipating into the void out of his defiance. And we're going to take that as a moment to go ahead and go on BRB while I figure out how the fuck to store an entire holiday ham's worth of now sliced sandwich meat.
Yeah, you need to have that discussion. Bye. See you in a minute.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, from BRB. A BRB that was so much longer than it should have been. You all know what it means when I'm wearing this thing at this point. We're having problems. But hey, it is what it is. Now, I believe we ended off just before the BRB with Archimedes trying and failing to poop on the floor in defiance. Because it got immediately swept away by prestidigitation.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have his stomach pumped considering he possibly had chocolate. Because there's a lot of chocolate in this place. Somebody does not know how to not shut his mouth. Yes, he's a dire corgi, but he still could die of
He's a
things.
dire corgi that got amplified by celestial power. You know, it's part and parcel with most celestials.
Mhm.
Immunity to poison and disease.
I know. But he still has to go to the VET to get his SHOT.
That's fair.
Zenitsu, hey, Inosuke, we're gonna go to the city. Hey, Zenitsu, we need to take Inosuke to get to the V. You know what we can also do? Go to the VET.
You assume that I can't spell.
No, he can't spell. He can't spell. I like the part where he goes, "Are you two talking about me?" He goes, "What gave it away? My need to protect my loins?" No angungs. Bad Inosuke.
If they neutered Inosuke, he'd be far less aggressive.
Oh my god.
Probably be the first thing Muzan would do if he turned Inosuke into a demon.
Yeah, because I think Inosuke would just straight out kill him.
Ah, man.
He would have a revolt moment and go, "You made the one mistake that you should never have made," and then jump on his arm and just like beast breathing, final form, and basically slice him like in pieces.
Beast breathing final form chainsaw demon. Uh-oh, anime crossover.
Oh no.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
we pick up. Let's
Don't
go
ever
ahead
look at the
and... I just started speaking. Don't you dare. Son of a bitch. I will be right back. We'll see if my body can endure talking, not apparently setting off the rest of my body. Welcome back from the BRB, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Do you want me to close the stream?
It's up to you. I mean, like, it's you know, it's not really showing live on the live stream because I never selected to
Clicked in.
watch because it started when I was gone anyway.
I'm watching. Only watching. I'm trying to finish off this talking situation and then we can get focused. Hold on. He's late. Remember, the rule is with Rune Factory and Stardew is to talk to them 2 times a day.
Ah, what is this by the way thing?
Ooh, what does it do?
It bounces up and down.
When you press it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're 20 minutes from the end time as it is.
I want to finish this conversation, Joe.
I know.
They're siblings. I'm so focused, but if you can't do it, we can't do it. I'm not going to push you today. I know what you want to do, so if you think you're going to be too tired afterwards, then let's end tonight. Let's end right here. We'll catch up next week. We'll start off here next week.
Let's come back at it next week. A little more organized, a little more put together. Hopefully with my body fucking cooperating. Last week it did fine.
Let's go on an adventure. You got your friendship in.
Is that what the by the way did?
Yes?
What do we name this half session, guys?
Unexpected breaks.
Let's do like the gift that keeps on giving.
That's a good one. It's a mini session. It's not bad.
Sorry about the session of hurry up and wait, Vanestra. I know that's annoying as hell.
But that's how most D&D is. It's hurry up and wait for your turn. Hurry up and wait for your turn.
Usually it doesn't turn into a longer wait because the DM has a list of health issues to apparently play spin the bottle with.
Yeah, but it wasn't so bad a couple of years ago. It's just gotten bad very recently.
Vinestra said, "It's okay, just a lot of sessions have been that."
I know. And I'm very annoyed about it too.
People. Over.
Okay, well, you know what? At least it's early enough that there's people I can raid. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna raid Coffee Cat Presents, I think.
Cool.
I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna go punch a hole in some drywall. I don't know.
That sounds stressful.
Also
Maybe don't.
counterproductive. We rent this house, you know. I'm not gonna actually do it, but
Uh-huh.
I feel like I really want to. And
You're fine.
I'm
You
sorry.
really gotta punch a pillow or
It's
something.
it's entirely my fault here. I'm
Vinestra
disappointed
said,
with how this went.
"Hope you feel better, Joe, and no punching things. Rest up and you are fine."